The way I have to introduce myself for my connection with KMB is actually as Nancy Riediger. But then, of course, Harold Federer and I, we were married here, and that's when I became Nancy Federer.
So I'm Brad Funk, and I've been going to KMB since I was born, so that's just under 40 years.
My social activities were always at the church. Everything was at we had Sunday was always at the church. We visited each other. We knew everybody. Everybody was, there were no strangers.
For me, the big thing is like community, and just the people, just the relationships you can build with people. Even I've had some amazing friendships that I've gotten here and continue to develop, but just people that you see casually and they're always checking in, seeing how you're doing. And I've always loved that at KMB, that everybody feels like a kind of extended family.
KMB started from a very unique space. And these immigrants came from villages in the Ukraine. And it was like a commonwealth of villages within Ukraine, like almost their own country. And they all knew each other and they visited each other. So then, of course, there was the revolution, and those people that were able to emigrate, they were on the same boat, and they came here in a completely different country with a different language, different culture. And so I think we can all relate to that, because you look for things that are like home.
And interesting as well in the story of KMB, how a church that began as a refuge for people who had come to this area ended up being quite a sending church as well.
It did, yes. Well, even in Russia, they did send that there were missionaries that were sent to India. I think it was the Pinners. When we came here, VBS was started.
VBS when I was a little kid for many summers, and lots of great activities and ways to reach out and spread the word to the kids and their families.
There was always an outreach, and then Pioneer Girls and Boys Brigade.
Pioneer clubs, youth groups were a huge part of our community outreach.
Story Hour, Kids Alive.
We served at Ray of Hope as a small group, and that was something we did to reach out to the community.
Yeah, and then Camp Crossroads was started. That came from KMB too. The movers and the shakers for Camp Crossroads came from here, Artie Clausen and the Dursteins. So yeah, there was always, and Harold and I, we were the first missionaries that were ordained here, right there, yeah. and left for Africa.
God has always been here through even the difficult times, like when things didn't seem to be going well.
Well, it was always when we were looking for, like when one of our pastors, we always had good, we were very fortunate in having really good pastors. When one of them left, of course, then we had to discern and find a new one, and that was a process. And I believe that God was in that process.
Like I think about like just before the merger with WMB, like we definitely still had the wonderful community, but we needed to lean on God and trust his leading as we decided to become one church with two sites.
I can only say that God has been faithful throughout all the all of what life has put me in.
Well, he's definitely been faithful now, like in terms of like just seeing the energy in the church, and just it's so exciting to see I'm involved with music ministry, so just how God has risen up a whole bunch of new worship leaders in our congregation, and people that have been here forever or new people that are seeing their gifts being used for his glory, and they're just doing incredible jobs. KMB has been a huge part of my life, and through the ups and downs, like through school and university, and then so it's been a big part of my family. There's many generations that have come here and grown here.
There's all these people that are in big ways or small ways that have been a part of my life and have spoken into my life somehow. And I'm grateful for that.
My prayer for the church would be that we just continue to seek his guidance, and that we make sure that we're obedient to it, like that we don't get complacent in how things are now.
To not negate the past. Let it be a guidepost, but not a hitching post.
The church continues to grow and thrive for the next 100 years and longer.